Well, welcome everybody back to the Flying Dog House. It's the Sim Update 3 edition. So I thought it would be cool to go in and take a look at Sim Update 3. It was released a couple of days ago. Some folks are still continuing to have issues and problems, but that's not outside the realm of norm. We're going to talk about the update. So I'm going to switch over into the sim, and I'm going to use the release notes link that's available in the menus to look at the documentation that's available online here. So let's go ahead and jump over into the sim. All right, so let me cut off the intro music here. All right, so I'm not going to really tarry very much on this page. You've got access to it. You can use the scroll bars here to take a peek. But I just wanted to briefly kind of roll down through all of the issues that that were addressed here in this release. A lot of them are aircraft-specific kinds of things. So it looks like Any Builds has done some work on the Airbuses. I've not tried this helicopter yet. I couldn't. I was having issues with it with the previous updates. So I'm going to go back and check that out. Then there's a free aircraft too that we can talk about. All right, so that was included as a part of this release for free for 2024. So anyway, you get a sense here that, lots of aircraft were touched for sure. So that's good. What did they do to the 400? Yeah, I may have to do a redo on the video that I did on the C-400. I like that airplane. Looks like there were some issues with the 404 Titan around career mode. At any rate, so as you can see, significant amount of stuff fixed here. All right, so what did they do to core systems here? One of the things that I've noticed, it may be relative to one of the aircraft. It looks a little fuzzy looking out the canopy. But I'll have to do some additional digging on that. Well, I made some modifications to the EFB. That's good. All right, so there we go. I really wish I would fix the crash the desktop issue on zooming in on the map and not zooming back out. That seems to be prevalent. I was experiencing that yesterday in 2024 after the update. All right, at any rate, lots of scenery modifications too here. So heads up to my scenery development friends. Just might want to go back and double check your handiwork. All right. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch. All right. So I think that's enough on that. Okay. So, one of the things that I wanted to show, because I do want to give Microsoft, some kudos for this, I guess, for fixing it, not for coding it this way to begin with, but for taking care of the issue for us, for sure. If you go over to controls. One of the things that you are going to immediately notice is the performance improvement here. Let me go down to the my Rhino throttle quadrant here. And look how quickly you can make changes. Oh, look at that. Sweet child of mine. This is how it should have been to begin with. So thank y'all for fixing that one for us, folks. That was much needed because that was a time waster. And you know, as a hobbyist, we don't have much time to waste. So at any rate, that falls into the category of good. Okay, what else? Well, let's go look at general here. One of the things that you'll notice here under global rendering quality is they've added some new settings here that you can go back and change. So if you don't like a lot of air services happening in the sim, you can cut those down. You can even cut them off. And you know, I get annoyed with the you see how fast that is too, right? So no lag with that either. Parked aircraft quantity. Well, I'm going to put that on low. Any rate, again, to help us sort of manage our experience here in the sim, depending on what your hardware is, I think that's good stuff. All right, so I believe that's all I wanted to mention about this particular page, unless I'm forgetting something here. Yeah, I do want to change this. Yeah, I'll put it on high. All right, good enough. All right, so saving back. The other thing that you're going to notice, welcome, all right, if you were planning on upgrading your storage for Microsoft Flight Sim purposes, you can now download things to your PC. And that's done through actually the Marketplace link here. So I'm going to go to Marketplace. I haven't done this yet, but probably will do some of it. So if you have something that's 2024 and you don't want to stream it and you want it local, what you need to do is you need to go to My Library. And we'll let that load. And you're going to notice they've done a few things here. So one is let's take a look at this this livery pack that I got for the 130. So I'm going to click on it. Notice now there's a download option. And I can go ahead and do this now because I am going to be using, all this 130 stuff frequently. All right, so I'm going to click here and click on download. And it's 119 megs. This is perfectly fine for a test. And I'm going to do the same thing for this livery pack too. While I'm here, all right. So it's telling me it's ready to install. Which is good. So now, if I click on install, this will be installed locally on my machine. Let's go ahead and do that. That was quick. That was quick. And since I've been yah-yahing around with that, this is going to suck up about 2 gig, but that's okay. I fly this C-130J quite frequently in the sim. It's one of my faves. And this will take a minute. At any rate, this is something that folks were asking for. So if you've got a particular, city update, so there's a particular region that you want to that you fly frequently in and you don't want to have streamed, then here's your chance. So this is taking a minute or two, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to do a video with the 130J just to see what the performance change might be from this. Just to see if there's going to be anything discernible that you're going to experience here. Yeah, it's almost finished. All right, so while that's finishing up, let me scroll down here. This is something that I noticed today, is that there's a community content tile here, which nice and neatly organizes your downloaded things that you may have copied over into your community folder. Right, so some of the stuff that I've developed is out here, because I have this is St. Pierre du Mont. This is Outer Landing Field 1. What else? Turnbull Field, which I built in Papua New Guinea for World War II warbird purposes. But at any rate, you can see that if you've got things you've downloaded from Flightsim.to, add-in kinds of things, third-party aircraft that you have purchased, those are going to be nice and neatly organized here. Liveries. Just to make it easy for you, right? So notice these are showing as installed because they are local on my computer. And I use add-on linker, so but it's nice to be able to see that here's another verification that actually the sim is actually recognizing that content. I might have it checked on over in add-on linker, but this is just a good double check and a good visualization in terms of what do you have in 2024 versus 2020, yada 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 yada. All right, so I think this is a neat touch as well. I appreciate this. I'm not sure when they added this. I never noticed it if it's been here. Okay. Oh, there we go. I guess last but not least, I guess we can finish this up by let's do this. Let's get back to the main menu. We'll go over to advanced options. And I'm going to turn on developer mode here, which is going to put this series of menu commands up at the top. I've never used this before. This is one of the ways that you can turn on watching your frame rate. And there are other ways to do this, but we're going to do it here. Go to debug and then go to display FPS. Okay, well, we're not doing a whole lot as far as frames are concerned right now. So this, what, about 127, 128, something like that? All right, so I'm going to click on Save and Back. And that's going to leave that menu at the top, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to spawn over into an airport. I am going to go to... I'm going to go to Newbern. K-E-W-N. Coastal Carolina Regional. And I don't really think we need to take off at an F-15 from there. So let's change the aircraft to... Okay, there in the 172 Skyhawk. And flight conditions. Go to custom. Turn live weather off. Clear skies will work. We'll save all that. And let's zoom in. And we'll take off from runway 22. Okay. Watch this grind away. That's interesting. All right, click on Ready to Fly. Yeah, I was watching some interesting behaviors yesterday with the frame rates. I was getting like 96 or 97. Right now I'm getting 41. Kind of interesting. But we'll roll with it. We're going to take off here from Newbern here. Parking brake is off. And we'll go ahead and start our takeoff roll. I didn't cut on SPAD next, so our rotors might be a little wonky. Alright, we are up. And we can jump outside the plane. It's interesting. I'm going to go do some investigation around the frame rate. I can cut dub mode off, and then this will stay on. Oh, there we go. Well, it bumped and then went back down. There we go. That's really what I was expecting to see here. So I guess developer mode is getting in the way of our frame rate. And we're in the low 90s range here. I was really interested to see if the bridge here at Newbern had gotten fixed with the auto traffic, and it actually has. So this is one of those examples of being in the sim and having cars, drive across the water. Let's swing around here and look at downtown Newbern. This is a charming little community. This park here that we're getting ready to fly over is absolutely gorgeous. It's down along the waterfront. Lots of people picnicking and some of those fun things. Roll back here on our engine. Anyway, I just wanted to give a fly here and see what the what this looks like. It looks good. It's smooth. This is tidal marshy kinds of things from the river. So in the comments below, let me know what your experience has been with Sim Update 3. I've had a few crashes to desktop, as I mentioned. Yesterday I was zoomed in on a map and had it CTD 3 times in a row. I rebooted the machine and tried it again, and didn't experience it again for a bit. Haven't messed with career mode. I think now that they have released this this update, I'm gonna go back in and have a look at that. So I may do a couple of videos on that one. So I stopped after getting the PPL, so I may record some of the journey of doing some of the other things. Right. So I've got some mission assignments that are available to me now based on completing that PPL, so I may do that just so that folks kind of get a sense of what career mode may be like. All right, we're on finals here at Coastal Carolina, so I'm going to leave it here. Please like and subscribe. Love to have you as a channel member. Comments, those things kind of help us out. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. Happy flying. Hope everybody is keeping well. And until next time, cheers, y'all.